Welcome back. Talking about feedback, let's hear what Mary has to say from Talkback. Hello, Mary.
Hello, thank you, Nyota. The signing of peace accords started at the federal level when representatives of several political parties vowed on paper to uphold peaceful conduct of the 2015 elections. Since then, many states have followed suit. Now, the question we're asking you this week is, do you think the signing of peace accords by political parties will ensure violence-free elections? Options are yes, no, indifferent. As usual, to vote, just go to channelstv.com, check an option and click vote. Some think that the conduct of peaceful polls is the responsibility of politicians. Others maintain that the onus is on their supporters. Listen to this.
If politicians decide to make peace, it would be.
The rich men who have made so much money will not go on the streets to go and fight or destroy properties. It is the youths. 2015 election or election generally is not a do or die affair.
That's all on Talkback. It's back to you, Nyota.
Thank you, Mary. And just come back to the conversation here. We have these questions that have come in from some of our viewers, and I would like all my guests to react to this. I'll begin with you. Muiwa says, if the election dates are postponed one more time, I doubt if Nigeria will be taken seriously in other countries. Do you think the election dates will be postponed one more time?
Honestly, I don't know. So far, it's like we are in an obstacle course. Hurdles are erected, you cross them, and another one comes. Like I said, it all reminds me of 1993, where the goalposts are continually shifted during the course of the game. And it's unfortunate, because one of the guarantees for democracy is the predictability of the process. Once whims and caprices determine things, as we have seen, where does it end? People fear that this is the teenage of the wedge, and that this is only the opening gambit, that there are more serious conspiracies on the way. There are things that are going to happen. So nobody can really say for sure whether the elections will hold or they'll not hold.
Hello, Mr. Kwan, are you there? Mr. Kwan?
Yes, please.
Okay. Are the elections likely to be shifted again?
It doesn't appear that the elections are going to be shifted again. We all know that the factors that led to the postponement and were all witnesses to the successes that are being recorded by the Nigerian security agencies in the northeast. We know that there is a time frame constitutionally within which elections should be held. We know that the Electoral Act itself contemplates that if for security or whatever reasons, elections cannot take place on the day originally appointed. The elections can be postponed, provided, of course, within the constitutionally prescribed limits. And from what we are witnessing so far, it doesn't appear as if there's going to be a further shift. I hope, and we all hope, that there will not be any further shift.
Okay. Professor, I keep calling you Professor Wali. Ambassador Wali, what are the things on ground to ensure or to reassure Nigerians that we are on course and nothing is going to cause these election dates to be shifted again?
Yeah, I think issue of shifting, I think, doesn't arise now. We are confident and hopeful it will take place as scheduled. Because constitutionally, you can't go beyond 30 days to the date of handover to conduct elections. So I'm confident. And security agencies also are doing all they could to ensure that, as they promised, we are able to conduct election in the areas of insurgency. And as I said earlier, our ad hoc staff are from the presiding officers, who are core members, students from tertiary institutions, to coalition officers, university lecturers, people of integrity, to returning officers, vice chancellors, I think we are confident that things will go right. And then with prayers from everybody, I think we'll make it.
Okay, just before I let you go, there are some questions that have come in here. One of those questions is from a young man who says, I read the tweet earlier. He said he went to collect his permanent voter's card and discovered that his face and his name had been wiped off, and many others there had also been wiped off. What would people like that do? Can they still vote with that card?
I'm sorry if the card is not readable, cannot be read. But even if photographs are not there, but provided there are some details embedded in the chips in the card, if the card is readable, and then we have a register of voters, if from the register also the picture can be identified, and also people can see him facially, I'm sure he'll be able to vote. But if the card is not readable, then there is no way such person can vote. And we are very sorry for that.
Okay, Matthias Baba asked the question, if INEC wants to use the card reader, why then must we be restricted to a particular polling unit? Is the data bank not centralized?
I don't follow the question.
He wants to know why they have to, why you have to vote where you registered. I mean, if you're using a card reader and you have a central database.
Oh, it's a requirement of the law that you vote where you register. All these issues may be, as time goes on, maybe there may be amendment to the act. But for now, that is the requirement. You vote where you register. Of course, the card reader also will be able to send, transfer the data. People who have been accredited and also authenticated to our central database. So we'll be able to monitor all over the country how accreditation is going on and how people are being authenticated. But we say card readers are not for voting, just to help to improve on the integrity of a number of people really who are legitimate, who are genuine to vote, and they have voted.
Okay, one final one before we let you get another one that's just coming here. Someone says, can INEC still reproduce cards that have been stolen or misplaced by the owners? Can INEC still reproduce them?
In fact, some of the cards we say are being produced, about 1 million cards, I think include the missing ones, the stolen ones, and people who have requested to be transferred. So all these part of these 800,000 to 1 million cards which are being produced.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ambassador Mohammed Wali. Well, just before we go, final words from you, Dr. Oshinowo. What is your take? What do you have to say in preparations as we go ahead?
Well, I think we politicians as well as the electorate, even security agencies, everybody who is involved in this process should try and adopt best practices for the sake of the nation and for the sake of our children. The election is not a final thing. It comes periodically, and it doesn't matter what the result is. The most important thing is individual ambitions should not be bigger than the national well-being. So everybody should put the interest of the nation above all else.
All right, thank you. Mr. Guan, your final word.
My final word is that Nigerians should have confidence in the electoral process. Should come out en masse to collect their PVCs, and on election day, we have the patience to cooperate with the electoral umpire to be accredited, cast their votes, and that way, I do believe that we're going to have a very credible, transparent election.
All right, thank you very much. Victor Kwan, PDP National Legal Advisor, on phone from Abuja. Thank you for speaking with us. Dr. Bolade Oshinowo, APC, member of the APC Campaign Committee in Ogun State. Thank you for joining us. And Ambassador Mohammed Wali, Supervising National Commissioner of INEC. Thank you for speaking with us. And you at home who sent in tweets and mails, let's see if we can take one or two. This one from Benga says, tell INEC to collate the names of Nigerians with stolen cards and not yet produced cards. They could print the cards within a week and distribute them accordingly within the next week. We have decided on if the election dates are postponed one more time. I doubt if Nigeria will be taken seriously in other countries. That's Muyiwa. We read that earlier. And Inyakuma says, if there are court rulings stopping the military from participating in elections, INEC should go ahead and conduct the elections. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of your evening. Till we bring you another edition, same time tomorrow. Good night.